Yes guys, how's it going? Welcome back to a new video and just a quick update video from me on the player Alexander Isak, the £60 million striker who is making the move from Spanish side Real Sociedad to Newcastle United. He has now officially been spotted at the Newcastle training ground ahead of his medical for the club. It was reported that he was flying over from Spain this morning to Newcastle. We had all of the plane spotters out trying to work out what flight he was on, but as of 10 minutes ago, he arrived at the Newcastle training ground ahead of his medical this afternoon. It's understood that Dan Ashworth was out in Spain with the player, getting this deal done, getting this deal agreed. It's understood that some personal terms are still to be finalised, but Dan Ashworth and Isak flew over to Newcastle together this morning, have now made their way to the training ground where he will undergo his medical and I believe iron out these final personal agreements. It's understood that he will be signing for the club on a 5-year deal. He is expected to become the highest paid player at the club as well. It's estimated that he will get around £120,000 a week, which is higher than our current top paid players, which I believe are Trippier and Chris Wood, both on 100 grand apiece. Isak is expected to go in, is the highest paid player at 120 grand, which is obviously higher, but still, I think still very manageable and still, within that kind of frame rate of where we're trying to be in terms of how much we are paying our players. We know that we've turned down players this window who have asked for too much money. We are spending a big chunk of money on this guy, 60 million, but in terms of wages, in terms of trying to be sensible without causing real unrest between the players, not having the second highest on 100 grand, the highest on 300 grand, we've tried to keep it tight at 120 grand, as I say, expected to be a 5-year deal, and it's those final little details that are hopefully going to be ironed out this afternoon while he's there at the training ground, while he's getting his medical done. Fingers crossed, touch wood, there is no issues with that, and could we potentially see him up at St James's Park as soon as later this afternoon? It all seems very similar to the Sven Botman one, where we flew him in, got him straight to the training ground, and as soon as that was done, we got him straight off to St James's Park where he could be there, get his photos done. And the announcement did take a little bit of time with the Botman one, and I think the Isak one could maybe take a little bit of time as well, with him being a record transfer. I would say let's just do it. Let's just have an amazing day, get this medical done, get him to the training ground, get the photos taken, get him in a shirt, get it announced today. Let's get it all done today. We can celebrate it, and then we can spend another week looking at who else we can try and bring in this window. What I potentially expect, however, to happen is that we will likely see him arriving at St James's Park later on today, just as we did with Sven Botman. I think the club will probably want to try and make quite a big thing out of the reveal and of the announcement video because he is that record signing. I don't think they are going to just slap a picture up and go, here he is, everyone. I think they're going to try and make a lot more of it. They're going to want to have the interviews done. They're going to want to have the behind the scene videos done. I would not be surprised if they have him on camera right now walking around the training ground, a video that will no doubt be released to the fans later on. So we'll have to wait and see, but the big news is he is at the training ground right now, as reported by Sky Sports. Cannot wait to see more on this guy, cannot wait to see some of these videos, and cannot wait to see him wearing that black and white top. So let me know your thoughts on Isak down below. For anyone who was a little bit sceptical of whether this deal was going through, obviously, once again, touch wood, there's no complications in the medical, there's no complications in the final terms of agreement with the player, but it's understood that the fees of the 60 million, the 58 million pound fee, or 65 million euros with 5 million euros add-ons is all agreed, sorted with Real Sociedad. It is just those final little terms to agree with the player. What's being reported is that it will be around a 5-year contract, and as I say, will go in as the highest paid player at the club, but still a young lad with so much potential. Cannot wait to see him up and going in action for Newcastle. And should we be able to get this done quickly, if we can get it done today, we can get him registered and ready to potentially feature in the Wolves game this weekend. How good would that be? Would he start? Would you start him this Sunday? If we can get this over the line quick enough, would you start Isak against Wolves this weekend? Knowing Eddie Howe and the way he does things with new players coming in who haven't learnt the system yet, it's not often he does chuck somebody in at the deep end. We saw him take a little bit of time with Botman. We saw him take even longer with Bruno. And it could take him a little bit of time to adjust to the Premier League. There's no saying that he's going to walk in and instantly hit the ground running. Obviously, that's what we're hoping, but it could take a little bit of time. I hope he gets used to it pretty quickly, because the reports are that Callum Wilson's injury is said to be around 3 to 4 weeks on his hamstring, which isn't quite what I wanted to hear. Obviously, it's better than being out for 3 or 4 months, but still a month out of action. And let's not forget that the last time Callum Wilson was meant to be out for a couple of months, it took even longer, because, you know, once you've got an injury, it always takes that little bit longer to recover. It's always going to be that problem. I would probably expect it to be Chris Wood who starts this weekend, but to have someone like Isak who can come in straight off the bench if things aren't going well, get him involved, get him signed up, mate. Maybe we should just play him. Just go for it. Just chuck him on and see what can you do against the Wolves side, who have not been on the greatest form of late. It's certainly a game. I know it's away from home, but it's certainly a game Newcastle should be targeting for a full 3 points, playing a side who really are down on their luck at the moment. If we can give that team, I mean, first of all, what a boost it would be to have Isak available in the squad, but what a confidence boost it would be for all the players to know that they've got someone in there who they can turn around and go, he's gonna win us this game here. He's gonna win us this game. That was something against Tranmere that I think we looked like we lacked, was the confidence. Everyone's looking around going, so there's no Bruno on, there's no Joey on, there's no St. Max or Callum Wilson, so who's gonna score the goal here? Imagine having someone like Isak arrive in the changing room ready for a game like that. They're going to be buzzing. So yeah, the big news coming out is that Isak has arrived at the training ground for his medical. We're hoping to see him potentially in a black and white shirt later on today. Let me know your thoughts on Isak down below. Subscribe if you haven't already. Loads of videos coming, loads of transfer news. Let's enjoy it. Let's just enjoy this week, because it is going to be incredible. Alright guys, thanks for watching as always, and I'll catch you later.